Everybody. Hey, everybody. It's Sunday, April 24th. The weather is starting to break. The flowers are blooming. The pollen is kicking our butts. But it's a new episode of the Alumni Brunch Club. So grab your drink and tap in. Tennille. Welcome to Alumni Brunch Club, a live interactive podcast with overflowing mimosas, hot topics, cultural moments, and Black achievements. Plus, the homecoming vibe is what?
365.
65. How y'all been? We've been so busy.
Life is lifing.
Adulting is trash.
It's happening.
It's almost May.
Nobody warned us. It's a trap.
They did.
But-
we didn't listen.
Did they? I don't feel like I got an accurate warning.
Right.
I
I
don't.
don't know. Cinco's coming up.
Yes.
Get
Yes.
excited.
We'll be doing our usual fun with friends.
Yes.
If you haven't seen the flyers, hit us up. Be a good time.
Come to LA.
Yeah. Hit us
Yeah.
up.
All right. What we doing today?
Drinking and talking to our friends. Who are
I'm
they?
here for it.
All right,
I'm
let's
here
bring them
for
up.
it.
Let's start with Joe Palmore. Whoa.
Oh.
Yes.
That was a quick bathroom break.
He said he had 7 more
Right, he
minutes.
said he had 7 minutes, so we're at the 8-minute mark.
minutes.
So
We made it.
right, he wasn't
Turn all the
playing.
way up. We here for it.
We here for it. How y'all
Is
doing?
that Uncle Nearest,
Good.
Joe?
That is Uncle Nearest.
Yeah.
Okay. Black
All
owned.
black, all black everything. That's
I love it. Love to
And what
see
does
it.
your shirt say?
Narachi. That's my boy's line. He's in Los Angeles right now. He has
Sounds fancy.
exotic pop store on Melrose and capping on Melrose too. And so this is one of his clothing lines that he has. And so
Pop store?
yeah, exotic pop. They sell all type of exotic sodas.
Soda. Oh, I forgot. Okay.
And they name sodas after rappers and things like that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a new hype beast thing that they got going on.
Brittany, go check it out. You in
I
LA?
will. I
Mhm.
will.
Right.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so yeah, he has a nice store out there. So you should go check it out.
I will.
I got distracted by Uncle Nearest, but just in case you don't know, Joe is an actor, a poet, and a teacher. So bringing up next, we have Jacqueline Rogers, owner, founder, co-founder of Green Top Gifts.
What up? Hey, ladies. And Joe,
Hi,
what's up?
Jackie.
Joe was pouring. Jackie, how
Joe's
you
ready.
feeling?
I'm feeling good. I've got my bubbly. I'm ready to go. Joe pulling out Uncle Nearest. Let's do it.
Okay. Right there. And last but not least,
Look,
famous
I
photographer.
got some water.
Ice water.
Water.
No
It's not
peer
even
pressure.
filled.
I'm feeling a lot of virtual peer pressure right now to go get some alcohol.
I bet you are.
We're so glad to have all you all with us, and we know what's in your cups.
Now.
Tennille, what's in your cup? You have one today?
Yeah, it's really simple, just a little wine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
What's in
only
your
glass
cups,
for
Serena?
today.
Kombucha.
Wow. Cheers.
Listen, summer's coming. Summer is coming.
Summer is
We're
here
talking
in
about
the air.
feeling old. This is how I gotta wake up with some kombucha.
Kombucha?
Yes, it's got bubbles.
Mhm.
No, it's the wrong bubbles you want inside you.
It's got bubbles.
Well, let's get into our first segment. Throwback to. So, based on what I'm seeing on social media, on our campus and other campuses across the country, this, thinking back at our time in school, this is when we would see a lot of probate shows. And one thing I feel like I noticed is that the probate setup is becoming more elaborate than when we were in school. Like, people don't have to fight to see. It's like organized, like
Tickets.
tickets, sit in the
They got
stands, and
new
everyone.
stadium, it
The
seems.
stadium.
Yeah. I don't know. What do y'all think? Like, what vibes are better? Fighting the crowd or watching from a comfortable seat in the stands? I don't know. They even have launch videos to say it's coming.
They do.
I mean, very modern.
And they got DJs and microphones. I'm like, what? Lord, help us there. Like, I'm used to, you know on the strip late at night, like, and they
I like
out
that
there.
version.
They out there at 6:30 in the gym or at the stadium.
Tailgating for the
Tailgating.
probate.
I said, this is a different world.
Literally.
I blame it. I give it to COVID. I said COVID done changed everything.
That's true. That's
Oh.
true.
Okay, I didn't think about that. I thought they just young and everything has evolved, but COVID
Right.
probably did push that.
Yeah,
Right.
I like the technology aspect, and at this age, I would like to attend a probate in a stadium where I'm comfortable and all.
That's
But
right.
at their age, I probably would still want that feel that we had with the crowd rushing through the promenade and being bunched up and trying to get a good, sight view so you can see your friend or whoever or what's about to go down, and everybody crowding around and just that anticipation building up from the promenade. And man,
So you set the scene.
You did.
You did.
I'm
I was
hyped.
like,
I see it. I see it.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then you go over to your blocks and everything afterwards.
yeah.
They ain't going to the blocks from the stadium.
Right.
A long
No.
walk.
No.
It is a long walk.
This it. I'm tired.
We'll meet
Yeah.
tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, no, but it seems like since I'm in DC, it looks like Howard. Well, no, I feel like for the most part, I saw some of their probates and they're in a different area of their campus too online. So I don't. But COVID, I didn't think about it being related to COVID. That's a really good point.
Yeah, here in Houston, they've been doing a lot of them inside now too. That's what
Yeah.
They did
Yeah.
a couple in the gym,
indoor.
in the gym for a couple years back.
Yeah.
I
So
need that air. I can only imagine what that feels like in there. Like, what does that air feel like in a gym with all that sweating and breath?
in Clark's gym.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like COVID 3.0. That's what it sounds like.
Exactly.
I don't want no
I
part
like
of
it
it.
outside. I like the rush and seeing the line come over the hill by the center. I don't like it. The auntie in me, the mama in me likes the steps and the stage. I feel like the hype, the hysteria of all of it, like trying to find a spot, remembering where you stood, all that. It's outside. The chaos of it all is outside.
Yeah.
chaos.
I saw an Instagram post, I think, where they were selling tickets and people were getting in line to buy the tickets for the probate. Like, where does that money go? To the
That's
school?
what I was
Or
just
to the
Or
organization?
then we go to the chapter.
Organization, the chapter. Listen,
The chapter.
Or we go to the chapter.
I'm not mad at it, honestly.
I ain't either. I would pay to go to a probate. I would pay.
I don't know that I would. As a student, I don't know that I would.
Oh,
I would have to be
please.
an interest. Like, I'm only paying to go to a probate if
Right.
I had a lady that was crossing,
Oh,
or if I'm
yeah.
an interest in that organization. I'm just not just to go. Like,
Be behind Bumstead Ware with binoculars. So you didn't have to pay for the ticket to stand on the other side of the football
Well, they
field.
probably streaming it, so I just watched the streaming.
Exactly.
exactly.
Oh,
This is true. Oh, times have changed.
Oh, man, you was
Right.
killing it out there, man. I saw you.
okay. We're gonna pivot. We're gonna pivot and talk about what's on the menu for today for actual brunch. And being that I don't know if anyone has noticed, we've got a bunch of like really creative people here with us today. So we're gonna hop into some creative topics. And everybody used to have like a corporate 9 to 5 at some point when you graduate from college, right?
Yep.
I'm curious when you knew it was time to pivot to whatever you're doing now, to follow your passion, to follow your creativity. Like, was it like a just a moment? Was it something that happened at that 9 to 5? What made you say it's time?
I mean, I'll let Jackie go first.
you want to start, but you gonna let me go. Okay.
Had me in the first half.
For me, it was really, I got a promotion at work and I was working on the business full time as well. And so I just couldn't double dutch and do both jobs anymore. And I had to quit the day job to work on the business because I knew it wouldn't grow and I couldn't scale it if I wasn't committed to it full time. So I think that was probably the main thing for me. I had like a director tell me in a meeting right before I quit, he was like, "You're so creative. I don't know how we're utilizing that in this role for you. Like, I feel we need to find you something else." And in my mind, I just laughed because I was like, "No, I got something creative. It's just not with y'all." So that was it for me.
But like, what that build up, like, was it just okay? I'm doing it this day. Gotta go. Here go
I
my
was
2
waiting
weeks.
for that bonus check. That's what mine was. It was.
Hello.
I knew I was check, and I was like, I need to make sure I get my number, and then I that number is going to get that deposit, and then I'm going to leave. But you know, my husband had been pushing me like, you should quit. You should, you know, do this full time. And I was like, I don't want to leave this salary. I don't want to leave these benefits, this company car. There was a lot holding me to it. But I had some other friends that were quitting their jobs and working on their startups full time. And they were kind of like, come on over, jump off the bridge. So I finally did it. I have no regret. I just wish I had done it sooner. That's my only regret.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Erik, you pivoted before it was cool.
So
We was all looking at you like, what? Are you crazy? Is he crazy?
I'll say the thing that really pushed me to want that even started thinking about, because like I was like Mr. Corporate, like on the little path track to be whatever executive at the time. And for me, it was during the recession. I saw people that have been working at the companies I worked at for like 20 years, giving their whole life, getting let go. And I was like privy to be in meetings when those decisions were being made too, of like why we're letting this person go. And so somebody's making $275 and they've been in the company 20 years and they're like, oh, he ain't really doing much for this $275 plus the bonus, 100% bonus on it. Like, we can let him go, replace him with two people making 50 and get more output from them. And I was like, man, I don't want to give 20 years of my life or 30 years of my life to a company and then I become a number on the board because I make too much and I don't work as hard as I used to for them to just let me go. And like I saw grown men crying as they got walked out.
Wow.
And so at that point, I was probably 20, I guess I was 26 or 27. I was like, this ain't going to be me. So I got to figure something out. I didn't know what that something was. And then Monica Lindsay, was it Monica? It was Monica Lindsay. She posted on Facebook, who want to take photography classes? And I was like, sign me up. She ain't even take them. I took them. And I started falling in love with it. And eventually I did same with Jackie, like I knew my bonus was coming and I renegotiated my bonus structure and salary. So I went to my boss late November or October of the year before I was going to quit. And I was like, I'm getting hit up by headhunters. I'm going to need an increase in my salary and I need my bonus structure to be changed. So he did whatever he needed to do that. I got employee of the year that year. And then I waited till we got our bonuses. And my plan was to quit the day I got my bonus. But then we had 2 trips to LA, like right after it. So I was like, well, I'm going to go do these little boondoggles in LA. And I'm going to quit at the end of the trip. Called my boss to the lobby on the last day of the trip. I was like, man, this has been a great run. I appreciate everything you did for me. But I'm going to have to walk away. I'm going to go pursue photography. He was like, photography what? He was like, what are you talking about? I said, yeah, I know, y'all. I said, this is just something in me that I got to go do. I said, I'm moving to LA and I'm done. And he was cool with it. I told him I worked for like a month and a half after I resigned to like transition to business. And then the rest was like a rocky road until.
So you were still loyal, although they weren't that loyal because they would let people go left and right.
Yeah, I mean, they had always been good to me over the years that I was there. So I wasn't going to just be like, it wasn't like one of the man, fuck these people, I'm out of here. Yeah. Like Jackie met one of the people I worked with last night. He came to my birthday. So I'm still close with a lot of those people. It was just time for me to transition and do something different.
But wait, Erik, so photography wasn't like some like lifelong hobby that you did on the side? You just kind of.
No, I mean, my mom got me into photography when I was young and I loved it, like learned how to develop film, all that. But then my mom died when I was young. And then when she died, like I stopped doing photography. And so when I got to Clark actually had a photography class, but it was up in the church.
Yeah, nobody was going
up for it. And they said it was in the church. I was like, first of all, and you had to buy a camera. I was like, first, I'm not buying no damn camera. I can't really afford it. And I ain't making that trek to the church.
every week.
Wait, they didn't have classroom cameras?
The class in the church, like I guess it was a church over there, Morehouse School of Medicine, that they used to have in classes. I never made it there, but I knew it was far. I wouldn't go.
Oh, we know what you're talking about. We're just shocked they didn't have cameras
for the
kids.
You had to buy it.
Wow.
You had to buy it. And then when they said, I saw you had to buy, I said, oh man, books is already mad expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm about to spend no money on no camera.
Yeah. Okay. Joe?
All right. Well, mine was different. I wasn't all the way corporate. I was always entrepreneurial. But I did step foot in corporate world when I moved back to Houston to see if that was where, God wanted me to go. And no, that wasn't the reason. So I was area market manager. It's when Cricket first started, a cell phone company first started, and they came to Texas, and dude from LA came down to Houston, opened up like 6 stores and needed somebody to manage them and watch over them. So I did that. That's when I was actually rooming with JT at the time, because he was in Houston working for Boeing at the time. So me and him were actually roommates at that time, which was awesome.
There's a story behind that?
Right.
We don't have time for that, Bree.
No, we do.
That Cheshire grin.
Awesome.
Okay. Moving on. So it just took one instance of me not feeling valued with the guy that owned all the companies for me to leave, and I just quit. But I didn't quit with a plan or anything. But luckily, the next week, I did go visit a theater that my father used to work at here in Houston. Saw a couple shows and was inspired again to get back on stage and to try that part of my life again. And so I went and auditioned that following week. And the theater picked that same theater I went and watched the show at, ended up hiring me to start doing children's shows and other things there. And that just started my journey into the acting world. And I do wish I would have started earlier, like in Atlanta maybe, but I was still doing club promotions and emceeing and things like that, and carried that over to Houston. So it took me a while to get all the way out of the club world and fully into the artistic theater world and learn the business side of doing that. And I did full-time teaching too. So I walked away from full-time teaching because I wanted more space and opportunity to do what I needed to do to grow my career to what I wanted it to be. And I couldn't do that, not being fully committed to these kids I had in the classroom. And so that's why I stepped away from doing that. I still used to sub sometimes, but I went fully into the artistic side and the producing of shows and all that type of thing. So that's where I'm at now.
And no regrets across the board. Nobody has regrets on jumping out. Love to see it. Love to see it. Another question on creativity. Like, since that's what you do all day, every day, are you ever creatively satisfied? Like, are you creatively fulfilled?
It's a ministry, FDK.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, I'm in ministry. Okay, so back to it. Are you guys ever creatively satisfied, or is there always more hunger to do more in your space?
Always more.
It's always more. I always have ideas, and then that spirals into me needing to do something else or feeling like I need to do something else. So yeah, it's never like fully capped. Like, ooh, I might get tired and get fully creatively burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know.
How do you recover from that, though?
I don't know if I figured
it out. Taking a break? Oh, you haven't figured it out yet.
He's still tired.
Or like when you complete a project, like I feel like sometimes like when I have a big, like something creative story and I finish, and it's like that excitement of finishing, and then it's just weird a little bit for me. Like, that transition to hopping and what next is always a little weird for me after doing something really big. I don't know if it's a me thing or how other creatives feel.
I know when I was in LA, the thing that would happen that to me a lot was I do a big project. I'm happy. I'm excited. But then you meet somebody like, so what you got going on next? I said, but I did Beyonce and them. And what's next? I don't know what's next, but that's cool. What you got next? And I'm like, I don't have shit next right now.
Let's celebrate
You
this.
know what?
Let me live.
But your mom's like, well, I don't know. Maybe I got this test shoot that I'm doing. This. I don't have nothing next. I just did the thing.
You think that's a LA thing, Eric?
I mean, I experienced it more in LA, and I had to get used to it and comfortable with it. And I guess LA was where like my creative life was birthed or like really grew. So that's where I related more to. So then I finally got to a point. If I do something and I'm proud of it, and I ain't got nothing next, I'm like, I'm chilling. First of all, the check was good, so I can chill for a minute and not have to worry about what's next. Second of all, like I'm more secure in like my artistry and who I am versus back then I was insecure about, am I supposed to even be in this space?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Jackie, with Green Top, like is there you went outside of Christmas, now you have birthday, and does that feel satisfying, or is it still like, okay, what's next? Do you sit in that for a second?
I guess once it's like finished and it's made, then it's like the promoting and selling and getting people to buy and know about it. So I don't feel like it's ever really finished. But when we do like a big, announcement or a new launch of product, there's like this moment of, okay, are people going to like it? And then, well, what are we going to do next? Because it has to be always something new in retail. But for me, I feel like if I feel like I'm losing creativity, I'll, it's weird places that I'll find it. It can be like a puzzle or something my kids have, or if we go for a walk and I see something. So it's different. It's weird, but like Eric said, there's a lot of imposter syndrome that I think in the beginning I had of like, oh shit, do I belong in this space? Taria knows this more than anybody. Hell, for next week, I'm like, what do I need to wear? Who are you people? What am I doing? Do I belong in this room? I feel like I struggle with more than anything. So yeah.
That makes sense. Is it calling Taria that gets you through it though?
Yeah.
I just did a whole seminar on like imposter syndrome and how do you cope through it. So I'm just wondering, like, is it calling?
And it tells me to like, calm the F down and like get over it. You belong here and put on the suit and go or whatever.
Taria is your meme. What's the guy from the Golden State Warriors? That meme where he's pointing at Kevin Durant. But Jackie, you have a live-in test group for your creativity with your kids, so I'm sure that's helpful. Kids
keep you humble as hell.
I bet they do.
Humble as hell. I'll be so excited about something. Like the day we got featured on Beyonce's website, I was in the house with Eli. He was like playing the Nintendo Switch, and I'm like, we're gonna be on Beyonce.com. Taria was on a call. Sean was in a meeting. No one was answering their phones. Cool story. But can you download this app for me? Like,
is she on this app? Is Beyonce on this app? I don't care. I don't
care at all.
Dang. Speaking of your environments and who keeps you creative and humble, do you feel like because you're creatives, do you feel like you need or require a creative partner? Or does the balance of being the opposite work for you best?
In marriage.
Personally, I need the opposite.
Joe, you was like this quick.
Yeah.
You too much.
I don't think too. I'm too much. I'm just for both of us. But I think my wife is artistic in her own way and how she does things, and because we flip houses together. So even with her interior design and how she, fixes up the house and stages of herself, or the creative things she comes up with, for our son and things like that. To me, she's an artist in that, right? But
okay, chipping Joanna.
But no, I think just one artist is fine. I think if we were both artists, it'd be a little erratic. I think she keeps me stable, keeps me grounded, even with my outrageous ideas and my flip-floppy lifestyle and how things come and go. But we had to grow to that because she had to learn, that type of thing and how our schedules work and how I'm doing a theater show. But then I get a big, huge commercial booking and I can't take it. And she's like, well, why don't you just lead the theater show? I said, I can't, so she's learning that part of it now, especially currently, because I've been having a lot of good problems with a lot of things coming in at the same time. So, it's give and go. I'll shut up now. Go ahead.
What
You're
about
fine.
anybody else?
Go, Eric.
I'll say, like, to Joe's point, like, it was a lot of learning on both of our sides, because not only being a creative but being an entrepreneur, like, and you with somebody that's not used to that, that's used to, you know, I get paid every 2 weeks, or I get paid once.
Yeah.
I get paid consistently. I'm like, look, I don't get paid consistently. I don't have a normal schedule. I can't even really commit. I don't even like committing to things so far in advance. Like, let's plan this vacation in August. I'm like, August?
Yeah.
I don't get hit up for a job sometimes a week before, 2 weeks. Man, I can't really commit to it. I said, we can do it, but just know if something come up, we're going to have a conversation. And typically it's going to be like, I'm going to end up meeting y'all here after a couple days.
You're going to go alone.
you and the kids go ahead without me, and I come
Yeah.
meet y'all. And so, but learning that was challenge. We had our challenges getting through it, but what I wanted to flip was like two creatives, like I've experienced a relationship like that. I don't think I would want that, because it's draining in a month. Like,
I can imagine.
Everybody got. I think relationships, you have to equally pour into each other, and with two creatives, like, sometimes you might be pouring a lot more into one person for a longer period of time before they want to fill your cup back up, and that can be rough in a relationship. It don't normally work that well. So I'm very
emotional.
happy.
It's too emotional.
Yeah.
Too many emotions in one house.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And you both know how to express it.
Jackie?
No, for me, Shauna's not a creative. He is strictly finance, strictly. There's not a creative on his body. Like, he's finance, and so when we were discussing it, and I'm like, we have this crazy idea. I want to do this. I want to fly in this. I want to get this. And he's like, what's the return on the investment of this?
Wah, wah.
So I hated it at first, but it's great because we both can have the creative excitement. I'm excited about everything. I'm doing marketing, sales, and I'm creative. And he's like, but have you looked at the numbers? Like, what's the cash flow? So no, we're totally opposite, and we've been together for forever. So I feel like it's well, we know each other. We have our rhythm, and now that we have a business together, it's like we had to figure out early on how to communicate, when to turn it off, because I want to talk about it. It's 6 a.m. and he wants to talk about it at 11 p.m. and neither want to talk about it at that time. So we have found a time now that works to communicate, but it took a
Dope.
Yeah.
When was your first creative itch? Was it as a child, or were you really creative in college? Do you consider yourself really creative in college? Well, Joe, okay.
Eric wasn't creative in college.
I was not.
What?
I didn't know.
I was like business.
He
like
was straight laced.
Straight business. I was going. My path was to go be vice president at some company. I used to walk. My wife was bringing this up last night. How I would wear suits almost every day.
Class?
He would.
In class, on the.
Did you have a briefcase?
You could not catch me without a button up and a tie.
You weren't wearing no hoodie on campus.
I wasn't wearing no hoodie.
Wow.
I tell you, when I quit corporate, though, I basically all my little corporate clothes threw them away. Rejected. I would not. If I had to go somewhere fancy, I'm showing up in a hoodie. And it wasn't until recently, like 39. I mean, my wedding, I got dressed. But
I'm happy to hear that.
And I've been like, it would be a few award shows I've been to. But it's hard for me to get dressed. Like I'm not. It just ain't in me no more. I own like maybe one button up outside of like a white one that I wear with my suit.
That's so interesting. Drastic.
I only get to do my audition videos, and then I take the top off.
Oh Lord.
My hoodie back on.
Okay, but were you already, Joe? You were always creative. Like, were you a creative child?
I had something to look at. My father was a theater professor at NYU, and then when my mom moved to Houston, to preach. He came down here and he worked at Texas Southern University and University of Houston teaching theater, and he would be bringing me to class. So I've been around theater actors like my whole entire life. And so he did summer camps out here that I would be involved in. I've been performing Cats since I was like 4 years old.
Memories.
Yeah, and so I just always been in it. So I always wanted to do that. And by third grade, I did my first talent show where I did a speech by Benjamin E. Mays from Morehouse. And he had me up there at an all-white school spitting his black poem.
Love it.
Wow.
But after I heard the applause and I saw how I could play with people's emotions and make them cheer or cry or feel some type of way, I fell in love with the stage then and that live interaction.
Dope. Jackie, were you always creative?
I feel like I was more creative pre-college. College, I feel like I was focused on like school and like
and royalty.
I'm gonna say, and you like that's creative.
Creative. Maybe I guess.
Yes.
My parents are both super creative. My dad was an entrepreneur, my grandfather, so I feel like I grew up around entrepreneurship my whole life. And my mom is super creative and into every holiday. So between the two of them, I feel like I was doing something crafty, something of some sort. Yeah.
Did you rebel in college then, since you think you weren't?
No,
like too much of this at the house and going.
I feel like I was pretty straight laced in college. I would say. I feel like I was focused on like school, I went home every spring break and worked. Like I never went to Miami or anything. I always went home and worked. I wanted to
Really?
Yeah, so I worked and I had internships on campus and
Brittany, why are you looking at it like
because I'm like,
She hit her with that Gail King.
like
really?
No spring break turn-ups?
to Miami college, and I always went home and worked. And then after that, I got an internship and I did Miss Georgia. And then did Miss Georgia and I went straight to work. So it was always like, I'm trying to get ish money. That was kind of the focus.
And then like Bayou Classics, no Mardi Gras, no.
And I was traumatized too, see?
I did go, no, I went to Clark Bay, Texas Southern, I may text somebody, and we went on a bus, but that was when I was in the CAU. So if I did
just like go with your friends and get wild in New Orleans.
If I didn't travel with the university as with CAU, it was like,
oh Lord.
Yeah,
she couldn't turn up.
I couldn't turn up as Miss CAU.
Never turn up. I'd be on the microphone telling her to turn up. She'd be like, "Okay, Joe."
She'd be like,
I was trying to get that free tuition series.
Joe, you turn it down. How about that?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
You're not alone. Brandy says she never made it to Miami, so
I don't think I missed it. I went later in life, had a good time.
I didn't go to Miami either.
What?
I did all of
Well,
that.
we did hear that before.
I did all of it.
I didn't
All
do the
of it.
Bayou
And I
Classic.
enjoyed every moment.
I even did the thing in Daytona, the Black Biker Weekend.
See, now that was really.
That, woo,
Yeah,
that's
that
a lot.
Were you on a bike? Like what? Why did you
No,
go?
we took Clark took the bus down there. We all took the bus down there. Yeah.
On the bus.
That
Y'all
and-
went on a bus to Miami for Black Bike Weekend.
Daytona.
Think
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
and T.I., I think T.I. was in our same hotel. That was before.
I
he
was about
was
to,
like
I
T.I.
thought she was about to say bus. I'm like, nah.
I
Wait
know.
a minute. Wait a minute.
That was before he was T.I. Clifford was on the bus.
Who was more Clifford Harris?
Oh my goodness.
Tip.
Yeah.
So wait, even when All-Star Weekend came to Atlanta, you ain't
I was in
Eric is so perplexed. I'm with you,
trying to
Eric.
understand what's happening here.
Okay, let me tell you about
with you.
All-Star. When All-Star came to Clark, I was on the court. I still have the pictures. Mariah Carey came to campus, 112. There was a ton of ushers, a ton of celebrities. I was at the Inroads workshop for a
Come
summer
on, Inroads.
whole week.
Lord.
Jackie.
You know where I was?
Now that's the
I was at
business major.
Omni,
Yeah,
that's connected
those some
to the
business majors.
Phipps Arena.
I
hanging
was
out with a
in
bunch of
Lenox
football players
Mall
from
when they
Baltimore.
closed it down and turned it to a club.
I missed it, y'all. I missed it. I don't have any regrets about it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't miss anything.
You didn't miss
I don't
nothing.
think so.
Really.
I would disagree.
Because it wasn't like you were like a recluse in the court.
Eric said, "I disagree."
I think she missed a little bit, but it wasn't like you were like not in the mix. Because
Yeah,
that's a different type of life too.
I went to stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clark was like Vegas. You could be in the mix in different ways. You know, you could be in the mix in different
Yeah.
And then we was there at the height of BMF too. Like it was like good moments at time.
I don't have a BMF story. I don't. I know some people do, I don't have one.
I think that was before my time.
Shout out to Vic.
I feel like Vic was on my Bayou Classic bus when I went. Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Vic, oh my goodness, Vic.
I never went to Bayou
We won a
Classic.
championship with Vic at Brawley Hall, so I will say that.
The step team championship.
Yeah, we won the little step team championship.
Not the
Vic's
little.
still stepping, I think, too. Vic, you still stepping? Let us know in the
Vic is
in
like
the comments.
I just want y'all to know Erik feeling real square over here. I just want y'all to know. Like,
It's okay, Jackie. That's why I was like, but you was in it though. I was trying to like smooth it over for you. Like you was in it though.
right. I went later in life to Miami. I had a really good time.
Yeah.
Miami for me was very different after college.
College student with no money.
Right. An adult with a little bit of money. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I remember going to. Have y'all ever been to Panama City?
No.
I haven't. Mm-mm.
So Panama City is this little town in Florida. They got the biggest club in the world. Me and some of my boys went down there. We had no money, no hotel.
See?
We slept. I used to have a truck in college. We slept in my SUV in the parking lot of Walmart.
I didn't miss
Oh no, you didn't miss a thing, Jackie.
We were there for like 3 days. I swear to God, every morning we would meet somebody and let us shower at the hotel.
Oh Lord,
How did you even find out
feels
about
like a
this
movie.
place?
it does. It really does. Like a black bee movie.
BET Plus.
Our Miami trip was like that my senior year. We had a whole debacle happen. You know, somebody went to jail and we had to try to bail them out.
As y'all share more stories, Jackie's like, yeah.
So, about that summit that I
got a
was
check at the end of the week. Y'all was got sleeping in the Walmart parking lot.
Oh my goodness. Wait, does this club still exist though, Erik? Like this?
I
this
want
big
to
club?
say it does. Like it was this massive club. You had to be 18 to get in, 21 to drink, and I think I was 20 at the time. So my boy was 21. He would just kept passing me drinks, and we got there like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and we stayed until like 4 in the morning type of thing.
Oh my
At the
god.
club?
It was open at 6.
The club opened at 6.
It opened at like 4 o'clock. We got there a little late.
Oh
Wow.
Children were dying.
Oh.
That's a long time.
This really is a movie.
Okay. I got one last question, and we're gonna shift topics though. But specifically, Jackie, this one's for you. Like, you share a lot on social media, and we see the kids and the creativity and everything, and the joy and all of that. We definitely enjoy following along. How do you balance all of that? Like, you're always on the go. You're always moving and shaking. Suge having a meltdown before school, or the teacher's calling you. Like, how do you balance all of that? Like, and do you feel like you get enough time to feed into your creativity? That was a lot. Sorry, but
it was a lot. I would say I balance it with we send them away to their grandparents' house.
Yes.
Then the Headspace app. And then I will just take a weekend and go stay in a hotel room by myself and listen to the air conditioning hum. Or Sean and I will get away. But we have a village. Like my mom is here now. The next 2 months are really crazy with Green Top. And so she's here for 2 months with us. And then we're going to Vegas for a week, she and I, to kick it for Mother's Day. So I try to plan like giveaways and moments. But yeah, I don't share everything. There's a lot of chaos that never makes it to the internet. That's the highlight reel. So
you have to be very intentional about it though.
Yeah, I do. I have to be intentional. Like I plan my own trip for Mother's Day. Ain't nobody gonna mix it up. It's not gonna be wrong. It's gonna be right. It's all done. Flights, hotel, everything. I'm ready to go.
I love to see it. Erik, do you feel like Atlanta is living up to being the next Hollywood? And how do you feel like it is compared?
I am the wrong person to ask that question. I have this affinity towards LA like no other. I feel like my soul was birthed in LA.
Okay.
And, like I probably should be from LA, not Baltimore, though I love Baltimore.
Uh-oh.
What?
What?
So,
That's a strong statement.
Not with that strong accent. Did you say that?
And look at the sweatshirt. Now wait a minute.
What?
You
Look.
want to cross out Baltimore and put
What?
it in LA.
no, I rep B-More and I love B-More. It's the place that birthed me. But LA is just, to answer your question, do I feel like Atlanta is like the mini LA? I would say absolutely not. I feel like Atlanta has definitely grown and developed a creative community. And I think that I think it's Wakanda and it's like a Mecca, and more is coming here. I think COVID actually helped Atlanta a ton because when production shut down in LA, because like LA is super liberal,
Yeah.
and when COVID hit, them liberals like shut it all down forever. Atlanta, Georgia was like, the conservatives like, COVID, what's that? And then you go out of Atlanta, you would think COVID never happened. So productions all move, like you film world still gotta go. Everybody moved to Atlanta and started filming here and realizing like, okay, they got the resources, they have the talent, they got the infrastructure to support it, and it's less expensive to do it in Atlanta than it is in LA. So I think it got a lot of growth from that, but I don't think it's like it's not comparable. It's like when people say Charlotte's the next Atlanta, Charlotte, they've been saying that for 20 years.
They have.
And it ain't the next Atlanta.
It's not.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
And the same
Charlotte's
thing.
like, how did my name get mentioned?
I'm just over here being the Queen City. Why y'all bring me into it?
Exactly.
Black Queen, the Black Queen.
Okay.
So,
Well, y'all heard it. Atlanta is not the new Hollywood.
But I think it is a great place for creativity and for entertainment. I just don't think it's not the same. Like, and anyone it's like Tyler Perry has a huge presence down here, man. And he has a beautiful big studio down here, right? Like, what's happening?
The comments popping.
Huh?
She locked down from her. That's a cell phone comment.
Kids, we on the scene. We're watching our kids.
We said, let me get in here.
Courtney slid in them comments so quick. Somebody like this.
Let's start talking about this California shit right now.
Look, but like Tyler has a beautiful studio and infrastructure down here, and Marvel and everyone films there, and it's great. But at the same time, Tyler has a huge infrastructure in LA too. Like, I don't know that you can have a space here and not still operate out there. Versus you can operate out there without having to operate here.
Okay.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
That makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. Joe, did Clark Atlanta prepare you for a career as an actor?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, not theater wise. I don't think the theater program was as big as it could have been and as huge as it could have been with all the talent that was at that school.
were you a theater major?
Yeah, I double majored, so I was communications and theater.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I was a CAU player. But what really took me off as an actor was a play that was written by an English professor at Clark that we ended up doing for the next like 3 years when we started doing Black Voices every year for incoming.
Black voices.
Who was the professor?
Professor Willie Todd.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Professor Todd.
The Kappas. Yeah.
Is he still there?
I don't think he is anymore. But yeah, with that, I was able to actually show my skills in Atlanta. We ended up going to the National Black Theater Festival where I met many people there, and I ended up going later on in life as an actor at another theater. But yeah, I think it prepared me in that aspect because it got me back into it. It happened my freshman year too. I had to go write a paper or a lyceum on a play that they were doing, and I went and saw a play.
Lyceum.
Yeah, Lyceum, it just hit me like
Lyceum. Come on, Lyceum. I don't know that I've heard that word since Clark Atlanta.
We had to write something for first year seminar.
Talk about a BS one-sheeter.
Hello.
Wait, so Dr. Todd really is president of a college, Denmark Technical College? I didn't know that. Okay.
Didn't know that either. Okay, learn something new every day. Okay. But yeah, I went and saw the play. I think it was 8-Man Corner that they was doing, and a few people really killed it. And I was like, well, I could be up there and do it. So I said I auditioned for the next thing that I saw, and that happened to be the Black Voices thing. And it kept me busy for the next 3 years at Clark. I just wish I would have kept doing that while I was in Atlanta instead of the club scene was pulling me too. So as you know, I threw a lot of parties out in Atlanta too. So I was always torn. But yeah,
Torn between the club.
Yeah, I had one foot.
Following me.
Yeah, the club was the streets was calling me then, but I was able to pull away from them, thank God. But yeah, I think Clark prepared me very much for a life of acting. Clark always gave me a stage and a place to work on my skills. I've always tried to be in front of every room or gather some type of attention. I think Clark aided me in that. So
I want everybody to kind of answer that too, because now I'm just curious out of my own curiosity. Did Clark Atlanta prepare you for what you're doing now in any type of way?
For me, 100%. 100% Clark prepared me. I think, and it's interesting, not from like what the professors taught me and things like that, but just how to navigate the world. Because you get to Clark, I got to Clark, I didn't have no money, I didn't get no financial aid my first semester there. And I think tuition was like $14,000 a semester back when we was in school. And I was like, wait, how am I supposed to pay all this? Grandma sitting there with my grandmother, she cuts the check. And I'm like, I can't do this again. Like, we ain't doing this every semester. So I learned how to build relationships with people in financial aid. That next semester, I got the full Pell Grant. Then I learned how to build relationships with people in the scholarship department. They was making up scholarships, giving them to me.
Wait.
Because they would give money, and they'd be like, oh, we're going to call this XYZ book scholarship. Here you go. My Paul card fat. Then I built relationships, become an RA, so I get free room and board. I was getting refund checks without any student loans when I was at Clark. And then, you get on, what was it called? Work study. I built a relationship with my manager at work study. He like, how many hours you need this week? I said, well, I work 5, but I need about 25. He like, cool, write it.
Wow.
So,
talk about community.
Right.
Clark really like showed me that, it taught me how to teach myself, and it taught me how to navigate through life and build relationships and, help benefit each other from those relationships type of thing. And that's just business now for me. It's like, it's all relationships.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm trying to give to y'all and y'all trying to give to me, and we trying to work together to do something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, Clark Atlanta. Okay. Is it time for
it's time for top 3.
Come on, we about to play a little game.
Boom, 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 boom.
Bringing in Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hi.
Lindsay, introduce top 3 for us, what it is. And
Absolutely. So top 3 is the game where all the hints come in 3. So pretty much you match song titles to the performing artist. So if I said, who performs Beat It, Billie Jean, and Thriller?
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Hey, can I bring in? I need a ringer. I need my
No.
You don't get to call a phony friend.
Not at all.
Don't try to smooth over the LA comment now.
I need you now. I need you now. Don't worry about it. We're not going to LA.
So we're all gonna play. Everybody except for Tennille, because
Tennille can't play.
Yeah, Tennille can't play. Tennille was a part of our focus group, and she killed it every time. She's still killing it.
I
Yeah.
thought it was an anonymous focus group.
Not anymore.
Tennille, if she wasn't posting the game, you could throw her out.
I'm like, do we need Lindsay?
You didn't sign nothing, so I think we can. But all right, we're gonna get started. I'll start y'all off with like some easy ones. At least I think they're easy. Boys to Men. If it isn't love, Popcorn Love.
New edition.
You said Boys to Men.
Yep, it's not.
She threw me off with that one. They do got a song called Boys to
Like,
Men.
that's the answer. Boys to Men. Boys to Men.
Y'all are fans. My first concert.
Come on.
Whoa.
You actually went to a concert, Jack?
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
Throw it out. Throw it out, Janelle. Throw it out, Janelle. Throw it out.
There you
Throw
go.
it out.
Put it in there.
I hope you can hear this. You can't play Jack. Jackie was at the Yeezy, the Kanye West premiere thing, the thing he did the Dome last year,
Oh.
and then smoking weed and everything.
The people
Whoa.
Jackie said, y'all don't even have
You
to
my
look.
new friend now, Jackie.
Jackie might need to throw Erik out now.
Right.
Jackie
Throw it
said,
out.
throw me
All
out.
your business out there.
I wasn't. The people in front of me were. Okay.
Okay.
All right, next one. My life, how we do
Brandy.
100.
Am I wrong? That's wrong.
What
What'd
was
you
the
say?
last one?
I
100?
said Brandy.
No,
Montel
it's not
Jordan.
Randy. I'm surprised. This is an LA person.
I don't like
Oh, the
R&B.
game.
Yes, the game. The game.
Okay.
She coming in strong.
Yeah.
This is how
All
we
right.
do.
And y'all think Jackie didn't party?
Escapade. If all
Janet Jackson.
Whoa. Yeah, Janet.
Okay.
I need to do this a little harder. Y'all coming in real hot.
Tennille, man. Tennille, man.
Neil, like y'all
Like,
answering
she
these.
getting-
It's taking everything she got to hold herself together and not say nothing. Everything she got.
Who's gonna? Biggest fan. Your man ain't me.
Ooh. Yeah, man.
Did any of these songs make it to radio?
Queen Latifah.
Your man ain't me, Joe.
Wait, your man ain't me.
Case?
I don't think these songs did make it to radio. This is a 3-pointer.
Vic said cut close.
Not cut close. Who's it
This
gonna?
Marky? I don't know. Who? You
No,
mean-
y'all give up. Y'all want a hint? He's from Virginia.
Genuine.
For real.
From Maryland.
Maryland.
Magoo.
He from out Maryland.
Oh.
Genuine.
Wale.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wale
you know
from
Wale would
Maryland.
be cussing y'all out.
I know.
Joe?
Man,
I think said Joe. No.
All right, I gotta give this to y'all.
Okay.
Chris Brown.
Cisco? Chris Brown.
I was either about to go
Yeah,
Trey
we
Songz or
old.
Chris, but y'all banned
Yeah,
me.
y'all didn't even say Chris Brown.
Your man ain't me is definitely Chris Brown. He's from
Yep.
Tappahannock, Virginia.
All right,
Man,
I get the bag. Freaky Girl Lemonade.
Gucci Mane.
Thank you.
Gucci Man.
Jackie killing y'all. okay?
Killing it.
All I do as superstition.
Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
Ooh.
Jackie said,
Okay, one more, Liz. One more.
All right, let me make it good. Feel it in the air. The truth.
Beanie Siegel. Beanie Siegel.
Yes, a way to
It is.
redeem yourselves. Yes.
All right.
Jackie
Thank y'all so
won.
much.
bad
Thank
at
y'all
this
so much
game.
for playing. I put
That's
the
it?
website in the chat. So yeah, definitely get your top.
I need a link. I gotta get that one.
Yeah, you gotta get that one.
Yeah.
Jackie, 'cause you dominated.
Yeah,
God.
you killed it.
Nah, I think
I'm in shock.
it
I'm
was
so
more
bad at
R&B
it.
than rap. That's what it was.
I do. I know R&B for real.
I knew I was going to do terrible.
Me too, Eric. Music is not my thing, so I'll take that L.
No, y'all did good.
I was listening to rap at work, just not in the club.
You were
That's
living
right.
vicariously through the music.
Yes.
Bro, who
Yeah.
remembers that club? It was like in the hood.
I
And
mean,
it was like
All of them
dangerous to go to when we was in school.
Bounce.
You bounce. I remember seeing Lil Wayne in there performing Bounce. They started throwing bottles at the stage.
Ooh.
It's back when you could get real bottles in the
Ooh.
club.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They started throwing
This is why
bottles.
Jackie didn't go out, because they was doing
Next
stuff
thing you
like
know,
that.
bottles flying around the whole daggone club. I said, "Oh
Yeah.
Lord!" Me and my boy Aaron was there from Baltimore.
Shout out to the Bounce. Shout
Shout out to Ern.
out to Studio Central, the library.
Library was there when I got
yeah.
there.
did you take the bus to this club? Is the question.
Yes. the
Yeah.
shuttle.
I don't know
Shut
how
up.
to
No, because they left too early.
Oh,
No, there was always one last bus
There
for
was that
last
one
call.
last
You
bus,
just didn't
yeah.
get on it.
No. We all had cars freshman year.
hey, y'all balling.
Oh,
Right.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Wow.
our parents, while they were dropping us off at Brawley, went across the street and found out that we could keep our cars in that parking deck that they had right across the street from Brawley, and and all our parents ended up flying back. So we all had cards.
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Did you get your first semester? I didn't get mine the second semester.
First semester. So we drove everywhere. We ain't had to take no buses. We only got on the buses because never mind. Yeah. So yeah, we drove everywhere.
Because the girls was on the bus.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I
All
used
right.
to go see Gucci Mane every Tuesday at Club Scorpio or Club.
Wait, he had a residency or something?
Right. No, this.
Every
Not
Tuesday?
Was he Gucci then?
It was Gucci, Waka Flocka, Shawty Low.
Whoa.
Yeah,
But were they there every Tuesday?
Younger than us. Please, right?
You was
Gucci would
playing
be
with
there
your
like
life.
every Tuesday.
You was playing with your life every Tuesday.
I was.
Every week.
It was no shuttle. It was $20. I was really committed.
How were you
Wow.
getting there?
Oh, I drove.
Why were they there every Tuesday?
Say it again.
Why were they there every Tuesday?
That was like the local place. It was all locals. It was no college students at all.
Except
You was
Lindsay.
really playing
Except
with
me. Yeah.
They should know you.
All right.
Yeah, it was straight hood. I
Listen,
loved
Lindsay
everything.
always bonds with the locals. I've witnessed that firsthand.
lives a life.
I
She
love
lives
it.
the life.
I love it.
Don't put
Okay.
my business in the streets.
We got one last thing we got to do before we wrap it up. Is it time for all black everything?
It is.
All right. Does everybody have their Joe? You got your
Uncle
what you
Nearest.
drink? Uncle
Whoa.
Nearest,
Yeah,
Jackie.
pick me off guard.
Eric, is your water still low?
This is a black brand.
No.
Oh, okay.
It is.
No, your water. I'm talking about your water, but okay,
Oh yeah,
black
I still got
bread.
my water. Yeah.
You still got your
I
water.
got a
Okay.
few-
We about to
few
toast.
in there.
I'm about to make a little toast. And in honor of the first president of Clark Atlanta University, Dr. Thomas W. Cole, we're going to toast to his legacy and life. We recently lost him. And without him, we wouldn't have all of these memories that we're talking about today. So we're just going to get really serious and make a toast to the life and legacy of Dr. Thomas Cole. Cheers. And
Cheers.
also, since we just found this out today, we're going to cheers to Eric's 40th birthday tomorrow. Hey,
82, baby.
Hey, and we're cheersing to Joe's new baby coming soon too. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, pray for me.
Oh yes.
Girl, she'll wear you out.
You don't have a name for it yet?
Payback.
No, we have not agreed on anything yet. So,
Josephine.
no, no.
Joey.
No. I don't know. I really didn't care about my son's name when we were naming him, but for this girl, I don't know. Nothing
Passionate.
Joey's cute for a girl with eyes.
nothing is good enough for
That
her.
is cute, Jackie. I like that. I like that. Okay, real quick. What's everybody got going on? Tell us where we can find you, what we need to do to find you and buy and support anyway. Somebody go.
Joe.
Okay, I'll go first. If you're in Houston, I currently will have a show opening on May 13th between Riverside and Crazy at Fourth Wall Theater here in the Heights in Houston, Texas. So that will be running for a month all the way to June 2nd. So you can catch me Wednesday through Sunday at any time there. Follow me on I Am Joe P. I will have some shows that I am producing that we are hoping to take around the country real soon. So stay tuned.
Dope.
And yeah, I'm still auditioning for movies and commercials. So I have a Kinder Joy Jurassic World commercial coming out soon. So y'all should see that.
Oh, dope.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Right.
Congrats.
Jackie.
GreenTopGifts.com. You can shop for all your celebrations and moments for Green Top Gifts. You can follow us on social at Green Top Gifts on all platforms. Biggest thing coming up new is we just signed a partnership with the NFLPA, so I'm excited.
Yes. Congrats.
For Jackson, so I'm excited.
Love it. Love it. All right, Eric.
You can find me on Instagram. Erik Umphery is my handle. ERY is the last name with a K. And then, you know, I'm a photographer. I shoot. So if y'all
Tennille finds his work
Uh,
on the billboards. Tennille sees his work on the billboards. You probably seen it too.
No, keep posting the work that you do, because I wouldn't know that was your pictures, like the Jamie Foxx picture. I see it. It's all over the train state. It's all over,
wow. Yeah.
neighborhood. So
Nah, I'm trying to get an Erik Umphery photo shoot. Yeah, shots.
Make it happen, man.
They're expensive. They're expensive.
Yes, they are. Yesterday's price.
Not
Not
today.
Not today's price.
Hey,
Dope. Well, one last question for everybody is: have you donated to your institution today? Not
Today?
you don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that like out loud. But if you haven't, go ahead and please send our institution or whatever institution the viewers maybe have attended. But you can also donate to CAU too, just because you're here, because that's why we do it.
Amen.
Amen.
All
Shout
right.
out to everyone in the
Doing with
comments.
courts at CAU?
Huh?
Did y'all see what they're building where the courts is at?
No, what?
What they building?
So it's out, it's in the public, like the public knows. You remember they got a big donation from like, I want to say it was Apple or somebody.
Oh, that's where they're putting it? The
So where the
Innovation
courts
Center?
are, they redoing it all, tearing it all down. I think they're going to start construction at homecoming. They breaking ground. They're going to do like a big ceremony.
Okay.
Oh.
And it's going to look amazing. And they got a club on campus, y'all. They got a bar.
Yeah, we talked about that bar. Yeah.
Where?
Mhm.
Where?
Yeah.
Right.
Across
So where Steagles used to be, where the barbershop was, is now a club. That serves alcohol.
They cut that whole street off. That ain't even a street no more.
Mm-mm. No.
Oh man. Well, we all know what happened in that barbershop too. So I pray for that club.
Oh, you know what? It's time to go.
Well, thank y'all for watching the show. We appreciate the love and the support each episode. Follow us on social, Alumni Brunch Club on IG, Alumni Brunch on Twitter, and watch the show back on YouTube. Share with your friends and subscribe. And next time, bring a friend. Thank
Bye.
y'all.
Have a good week.
Bye, everybody. Cheers.
Bye.